The Committee for Petitions on the establishment of an ad hoc committee related to NVGEBE MP Egbert Doran. Sarah Westcott Williams extended on the meeting of Parliament regarding advice on the establishment of an ad hoc committee related to NVGEBE. KPSM Action Team carried out targeted enforcement operations across St. Martin over the last week. More on the highlights of the Grandchildren Carnival Parade 2026. From the island, St. Martin, this is SXM Daily News for February 10th, 2026. Continuation of the Central Committee meeting of Parliament regarding advice on the establishment of an ad hoc committee related to NVGEBE on February 9th, 2026. MP Egbert Doran, speaking in the Legislative Hall of Parliament.
Madam Chair, sometimes when I sit and I listen, given the last, I would say my 8 years, I'd like to reference how long I'm here just to put things in perspective. And sometimes you sit back and you laugh. You know why? Because sometimes we get lost with the message and the messenger. And I do find it quite unfortunate sometimes that it is always because of the messenger, certain messages don't reach where they need to reach. I'm saying all that to say the following. On August 30th, 2024, I wrote the following letter to the Prime Minister. Dear Prime Minister Luc Marcelina and Council of Ministers. Reference, proposal for establishing a National Supervisory Committee for NVGEBE. Dear Prime Minister Marcelina, I hope you are doing well. I'm writing you with a proposal that I believe could be instrumental in addressing the current challenges we face at GB. The issues at GB have caused significant disruption and concern across our island, and it is clear that the public trust in our energy, water, supply, infrastructure needs to be restored. As you know, there has been much discussion recently about political interference in operations of GB. Many public political figures have spoken openly about this issue. These concerns highlight the importance of ensuring that decisions regarding our energy and water supply sector are made in fair and transparent manner, free from the perceived or actual bias. With this in mind, I propose the establishment of a National Supervisory Committee to oversee GEBE, which I've been vocal about on several radio interviews over the past couple of weeks. This committee could be composed of representatives from all factions in Parliament, both from the coalition and opposition, as well as a minimum of 2, but as many as a result that would result in an odd number of members. Neutral members from the Social Economic Council, the SER, the General Audit Chamber, and the General Audit Chamber. The goal of this committee is to provide balanced and impartial oversight that prioritizes the needs of our citizens above all else. Here's why I believe this committee is crucial. Eliminating a bias with the representatives from all factions, the SER and the General Audit Chamber, we can ensure that the management of GB is free from political favoritism with this extra layer of impartiality. This will help rebuild the public trust and demonstrate commitment to the transparency and fairness. This will also help keep the committee's decisions focused solely on what is best for the island, free from any political agendas. A united effort. The energy crisis is an issue that affects every citizen on St. Martin, so it's only right that the solution involves input from all sides. By working together, we can find the best path forward and show our people that their well-being is a top priority of ours. We see that this energy crisis has caused a lot of finger-pointing. This is why I believe that the all-hands-on-deck approach would aid in eliminating this aspect in the future and for the responsibility of something that is broad-based. I believe that the creation of this National Supervisory Committee would be a significant step forward in stabilizing our energy and water sector and restoring confidence in GB. I kindly request that you and the Council of Ministers give this proposal serious consideration and feel free to amend it in any way you see fit or any ideas that you might have that should be included. Thank you for your consideration on this matter. I look forward to discussing this further with you to make this idea a reality. Signed, Egbert J. Doran. August 30th, 2024, Madam Chair. Today I heard you reference that the proposal came from your person, I think February of this year. Regardless to what, Madam Chair, it don't matter to me who bring it. But I'm just saying here we are. 18, 19 months down the line where we could have been a step much further back then. It seems like because we reached to this point where nobody can give an answer because the government that came in, that is sitting there now, had all the answers. Now they can't answer, so now we create a new layer to help buy more time. But at the end of the day, Madam Chair, respectfully, the time is up because it's clear for time for decision making. The government failed in appointing board members and then blame the former board members. Now that they're not there anymore, we're going to create a committee to see how we could bond time more while we could have done this 18, 19 months ago. I'm saying all that to say, Madam Chair, that it is high time now we put the political agendas and the game aside, because what I see happening here right now to our people is nothing short from a tragedy that could have been avoided if we had acted sooner. So with all that being said, I'm not a pessimist, I am an optimist, and I believe that there's always hope once we have life. But I'm hoping that this is not just another vehicle, another instrument to buy more time for the government to continue to spin around in circles while they see how they could figure out this issue. Because there are many solutions that were presented here in Parliament. Again, we go back to what I started with. Sometimes it's not about the message, it's about the messenger, and that's why we continue to fail our people as leaders in this country. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Continuation of the Central Committee meeting of Parliament regarding advice on the establishment of an ad hoc committee related to NVGEBE on February 9th, 2026. MP Ardwell Irian speaking in the Legislative Hall of Parliament.
We had a suggestion of a committee about 2 years ago, but my colleague failed to say that the coalition did not believe in finding a solution for GB. And a lot of persons, and we had motions, we had suggestions, and majority of the coalition stayed on their pivot of not moving and decided no. But now, because the continuous pressure from the public and seeing that, hey, the government actually still isn't doing anything, we now have an ad hoc committee. And MP Duran said, and I told him personally also, I said, listen, I don't mind doing a committee, but I know this committee will just be like every other ad hoc committee and be there for the next 3-4 years with little to no execution, because the persons that are behind the committee and the majority of the coalition don't actually want to have a solution. Madam Chair, what the Prime Minister made promises already here in Parliament saying he's going to come back in December, he's going to bring relief. The Prime Minister never came back and said, hey, I know I said a couple of months ago, we plan to give relief to not just the citizens that fall under the category from VSR, but to all citizens. That's what the Prime Minister said. Never came back, never updated. So no, I have zero faith in another ad hoc committee with the majority of this coalition, because they don't execute. They don't follow up.
The Central Committee meeting of Parliament regarding advice on the establishment of an ad hoc committee related to NVGEBE on February 9th, 2026. MP Veronica Jansen-Webster speaking in the Legislative Hall of Parliament.
The two MPs before spoke about, or at least the one just before spoke about government not doing anything. I think that we have a meeting planned this week, if I'm not mistaken, where the Prime Minister is coming back again to inform Parliament. This is the continuation of the third or the fourth time that the Prime Minister is coming back with the closed-door meetings to explain exactly what's going on inside of GB and what government is doing. I think that we can wait to find out there. I think that when we find out, then we will see what exactly the board that has been there has done and haven't done. So I await the information that will be coming this week, and also I am looking forward to seeing this ad hoc committee, because I think that it will make a difference for St. Martin.
President of Parliament Sarah Westcott Williams extended on the Central Committee meeting of Parliament regarding advice on the establishment of an ad hoc committee related to NVGEBE on February 9th, 2026.
Members of Parliament, firstly, let me establish how we got here. We got here by not only my proposal that was hanging there for an ad hoc committee of Parliament but also based on the petition that we received via MP Otley from citizens of St. Martin. The petition committee, with a very particular mandate and task, decided that the issue at hand, in especially the petition, warranted, while it could not be handled as a petition as such, but it warranted some kind of continued action by the Parliament of St. Martin. Hence, following deliberations in the Petition Commission, the decision to present this proposal was made. So from the Petition Committee to the Central Committee meeting to be ratified to then go to a public meeting of Parliament. And while I can understand and, of course, have read the letter, and that is just one of the many letters by members of Parliament to members of government regarding GEBE, and may I add that MP Veronica Janssen was correct. The closed-door meeting will continue this Wednesday. It was specifically requested by the members of Parliament who requested that meeting, that a closed-door meeting be held so that the argument that certain information could not be divulged because of a confidentiality nature or not, that meeting takes place behind closed doors, and it started, that meeting with the Prime Minister started, and it will continue on Wednesday. The big difference between what we are dealing with here now and MP Durant's proposal, for example, not proposal, his letter with a proposal to the Prime Minister, is that in this particular case, the Parliament of St. Martin decided we are going to take the matter in our hands and do the investigation, do the hearings, do all or whatever committees of Parliament allow us to do. That's the big difference. It's not as if the Parliament received this proposal from MP Duran and decided not to react. That proposal went, as the MP indicated, to the government and the Prime Minister. The Parliament cannot act for the government or the Prime Minister in response to a member of Parliament. What we can do as a Parliament is definitely establish committees. These could be ad hoc, they could be permanent. We chose for an ad hoc committee for the one on GEBE, and however the members of Parliament and the members of that committee yet to be appointed decide to proceed, that is what will happen. I want to make it extremely clear that this is not a proposal being put aside by a member of Parliament and months later to come with the same proposal but under a different caption. They're completely separate. Parliament, as I over and over indicate, is using the instruments and tools at our disposal to do our work. One of those being the oversight task of members of Parliament, and if the government is not responding in the way that the members of Parliament feel they should, we have the opportunity as members in Parliament to continue to keep the finger on the pulse, continue to ask questions, continue to write letters. However, in this particular case, it is the responsibility of the Parliament of St. Martin, if deemed necessary, as deemed necessary in the Committee of Petitions, to propose the establishment of a committee dealing specifically not only with the issues of GB in the Petition Committee, but also the many letters that we have here in Parliament regarding GEBE, the answers that we have gotten from the government regarding GEBE. So I want to make it very clear that this is not a matter of messenger and message. This is the Parliament using an instrument available to Parliament, namely establish a committee and use the possibilities of committees of Parliament, which consist of the possibility to hear, the possibility to make work visits, the possibility to bring in persons to Parliament, etc., etc. Having stated that and making that clear, I will continue the discussion on an ad hoc committee for GEBE, electricity and water issues experienced by the people of St. Martin. And I give the floor once more to MP Duran. MP Duran, you have the floor.
I too would like to bring some clarity in case there was any confusion based on my statements. Procedurally and everything that you explained there, you are indeed correct. It's two separate things. However, the message is still the same because the people are facing with this challenge. The people need relief. So indeed, it's two different routes, but at the end of the day, it's to reach to the same end goal. My effort, my initiative, and my letter was to bring a sort of a collaboration in place where government would be involved so that we could avoid what we have right now in the current day, where we send letters and the government just does not respond. So if we involve them in the plan some way or another, as we all talk about collaboration, and I think that is the favorite word of the Prime Minister, actually, so we could get to the result in terms of results for the people in terms of relief. Mention was made by your person and by MP Janssen Webster about the meeting that is happening this week. The same famous meeting that has been postponed for months. When was this meeting initiated? The first meeting months ago. So therefore, it is not a priority of the government. So therefore, the words of MP Irian still make sense. If we do not act now and put an all-hands-on-deck approach, as I mentioned, 18, 19 months ago, we could have been much further along. But if it is the case now, because they don't have a solution, to buy more time and create this committee and now say it's because of the petition of MP Otley, Madam Chair, ain't only today we know that we needed to act. It's not only today. So therefore, I hope, again, I am hopeful. I'm not a pessimist, I'm an optimist, but I hope that this committee could function, and I hope that you as chair of the body of Parliament could hold the government accountable for real this time with this issue that is plaguing our community. Because we could go home right now and turn on the lights and turn on the AC and enjoy everything, while a lot of people don't have that luxury, and the disconnection notices are going out left, right, and center. So I hope that I'm clear now with my message, and indeed there is a distinction between the process that I chose and the process that is taking place now, but the goal and the message and the result remains the same in terms of relief for the people of St. Martin. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurances.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
The police force of St. Martin, KPSM, informs the public that the KPSM action team carried out several targeted enforcement and control operations during the past week across the island. These actions were conducted based on up-to-date information, allowing for effective and well-planned deployment. Operational activities took place at varying times, ranging from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. Traffic controls and monitoring. On Monday, February 3, 2026, the action team conducted multiple traffic controls in District 1 and District 2. During these controls, a total of 15 vehicles were stopped and 18 individuals were preventively searched. All controls were carried out in an orderly manner and without incident. Following these controls, the team proceeded to the Maho area to monitor traffic conditions. It was observed that drivers of double-decker buses were once again allowing passengers to board and disembark at the roundabout on the public roadway when police presence was absent, despite previous serious warnings issued to address this behavior. The community police officer, CPO, was informed of the situation and indicated that contact would be made with the respective bus company to address and prevent the continued unsafe conduct. Weekend operations and enforcement. During the weekend, multiple large-scale controls and roadblocks were conducted at various locations across the island. These operations focused on vehicles, scooter riders, and individuals, particularly at known hotspots. In total, 27 scooter riders were checked. One scooter was confiscated due to the rider's inability to present valid documentation. A positive observation during these controls was a noticeable decrease in reckless driving behavior among scooter riders. During another control, a motorcyclist was found to be in possession of a falsified insurance document. The rider was immediately arrested on suspicion of forgery. According to the statement of the driver and owner, an amount of USD 600 was paid for the fraudulent insurance. This is not the first arrest linked to this specific falsified insurance document. Additionally, during a control on Airport Boulevard, a vehicle refused to stop when ordered to do so by police officers. A pursuit was initiated, during which the vehicle fled in the direction of the French side of the island. The vehicle was believed to be occupied by a male and a female. Action Team Overview of Figures: 145 vehicles checked, 15 vehicles searched based on preventive authorization, 27 scooters checked, 45 individuals preventively searched, 1 arrest for forgery. The police force of St. Martin remains committed to maintaining public safety and enforcing traffic regulations and will continue to conduct targeted operations to promote safe and responsible behavior on the island's roads.
Now for the weather forecast, tonight through Wednesday midday. Variably cloudy and breezy with isolated showers. Surface winds, tonight through Wednesday midday, north-northeasterly to east-northeasterly, with a gentle to moderate breeze at 8 to 16 mm per state of the sea. Moderate to rough waves, swells 5 to 9 feet. Outlook through Thursday midday, partly cloudy to cloudy with isolated showers. And now your 3-day forecast.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurance.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
We have more on the highlights of the Grandchildren Carnival Parade 2026.
To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One up this time. One up this time. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Crisscross. Cha-cha, we smooth. Cha-cha, we smooth. Cha-cha, we smooth. Cha-cha, we smooth. Take it. Take it. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One up this time. One up this time. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Crisscross. Yo, cha-cha, baby. Cha-cha, baby. Cha-cha, baby. See everybody freeze. Wow. Don't move. Don't move. Head ready to go. One. Start to walk it down. 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 DJ Rocky. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One up this time. One up this time. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Pensez à danse, le crayon automatique, s'il vous plaît. Vous pouvez appeler comment ce là? Quoi automatique? Yes! Forward, 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 forward. Up next, ladies and gentlemen. École Marie Amiyele. Le thème is les emblèmes de SXM. A Caribbean real fusion of dance, color, and celebration.
Interview with Luciana Raspale, president of the FCDSM, for this weekend Carnival events on the Saint Martin Radio 101.5 FM.
Yes, so
Then the following week is Les Jours Gras.
Then the following week is the Jour Gras. So with the traditional Juve morning on Saturday 14th, so that starts at 5 a.m. Onto the streets of Marigot. And then in the evening we have the Valentine Fest. So that is in collaboration with Enjoy Team Production. We're having a compa concert actually with headliner Vibe. From Haiti, who will be performing. We also have performing at the Village. So the Village will be in Gallis Bay.
Okay.
Yes.
It's gonna move. So
yeah. So we're moving from Waterfront one night to the Village in Gallis Bay. So that will be in the evening on the 14th. So Vibe
parking
concert.
lot side or Village?
Excuse me.
On the parking lot side.
On the parking lot side, where they was last year. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes. And we also have Control Band on that lineup. We also have Sean J performing also, and also local DJs who will be, I believe, Black Boy also is on, DJ Reno as well is on the lineup. And tickets are already on sale online and also at Levi's Boutique. And you also have on the platform as well. But you can get all that information on our Facebook page and Instagram.
FCDSM.
And then the Sunday we have our grand parade. 12 noon. We have 8 troops who are participating this year in the parade. We also have the comeback of Kiskeya.
Yeah. There's new troops also involved?
So new troop, yes. So we have SXM Mass, who is a new troop.
Young.
Drum band, actually. With youngsters, actually. I believe it's a group from the lycée who have been making their wave since the beginning of the pre-activities, actually. They have been with us for the 2 first parade. They also made a pop-up surprise performance last week after the DJ competition also. And they will be also making a surprise appearance at the Get Fit to Fet on Sunday as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are new troop who will be participating in the parade. As I said, we have the return of Kiskeya. And we also have the return of Back Canal Storm from Green Cars, who will also be on the road on Sunday. Green Cars. So, the roads are going to be on fire. And participating in the adults, we have Ska, we have Hot and Spicy, we have Euphoric Mass also, we have Exotic Vortex. And yesterday, we got a call from a troupe from Guadeloupe who will also be taking part in our parade this year, in our parade. So they will be present with us on Sunday and on Mardi Gras, and that's the group Original from Guadeloupe who is making the trip to partake in our festivities this year.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also have Swali, who will also be on the road as well. Swalika. They changed their name to Swali. Yes. Yeah, so they had a rebranding and the name is Swali, but formerly known as Swalika, who's also partaking in the parade. Okay. And then on the Sunday, we go back after the parade, we go straight into the Village, which will be still in Gallis Bay, where we will be having the We Showdown. So I think it's the 7th or the 8th edition of We Showdown. By now, I believe everyone knows what's We Showdown. It speaks for itself. It's our only local artists performing, and the lineup is going to be pulled out next week. But I can already say we have extensive band performing. We're gonna have Zone, Light, CEO, Max performing, and other artists who are going to be performing. The flyer should be dropping next week for that. So of course, mark your agenda in order to come out and support. So that's a lime after.
Just save the entire.
Exactly, just save the entire weekend. So then after the Sunday, we have a break because we're supposed to have the jazz and wine, but that was canceled all the program. Well, canceled all. We're planning on hosting it a little down in the year. So we get a break on Monday, and then we go back into the festivities on Tuesday with the second day parade, same route. And after the parade, we're having a block party on Rue de Hollande. So that's right in front of the ball field. So right after the parade, that's where the after party continues. And then on Wednesday, we have we have two events. So we have a déboulé first with Swalika. Swali at 5 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. we have our last lap jump up and then the burning of the mumu as well.
This is our SXM Daily Newscast. Thank you for joining us.